The magic trick for day 75 is more an impressive feat of skill than magic. Define the 4 aces from a shuffled deck of cards is an pretty impressive feat regardless. You give the deck a 1 cut and we should cut towards the first ace of clubs. Of course we can shuffle the cards again, making this as fair as possible. You give the deck some more running cuts, and then to find the next 2 aces we'll give the deck 1 cut, 2 cuts right about there. We should find the ace of hearts and the ace of diamonds as well. Of course that leaves us with 1 ace to find. So we'll shuffle the deck one last time, and to find that last ace will make it a bit more difficult. We'll use one finger only. You flick the deck and you cut directly towards the last and final ace, that ace of spades. That's 4 aces from a shuffled deck of cards for day 75. Welcome to day 75 of the 365 Days of Magic Challenge. I'm kind of enjoying the window light right now. I could turn this light on, put a background light, but the window light looks kind of nice, so I'm just going to roll with it for a little bit until it gets too dark, because it is currently 3:30 in the afternoon and I'm only starting the video now. Judging by the title and the thumbnail of this video, you know what we're doing. We're learning a new cardistry move, Honeycomb by Chris Ramsay. Maybe not my best idea considering it is almost 4 o'clock, it's 3:54, not 3:30, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and we are timing this video. So unlike the last cardistry video, the triple one-handed cut, which I learned just before going to Adelaide, I will time this video and we're going to see how long it takes, because I don't want it to take too long because I don't have that much time and I want to get this video edited by the time it's tonight so I can actually upload it in the morning, or get it uploaded before so I don't have to do anything, so it is uploaded by the morning by the time I wake up, because I want to go street perform tomorrow. That's the plan. I want to go do like 1 or 2 shows, just ease back into Sydney streets before the weekend hits and then slam as many shows as possible. But I've been busy today. I've been editing and I've been sorting out a ton of other things that are happening in my life. Like I've got 20 tabs open on my computer. It's a bit ridiculous. Coming back from Adelaide, I had a lot of catching up to do. Real quick though, the triple one-handed cut is coming along. I haven't practiced it that much, but I can do it. Oh, nope. Apparently I can't. I can do it like majority of the time. What? It's not the smoothest thing yet, but it is getting a bit more consistent. I just haven't practiced it that much because I keep forgetting I can do it. That is really annoying. There we go. I keep forgetting I can actually do the cut, so I never use it. And I just need to remember and then keep practicing it. But that's not what we're doing today. It's honeycomb time. So for honeycomb, I'm going to start the timer from the moment I start watching the tutorial, and then that includes all of the learning process and then the actual practicing and refining and that kind of stuff. So 3, 2, 1, timer's on, let's go. So I'm up to about here. You take the first packet off here, you spin it around with your middle finger, you straddle this entire packet, this comes around the index finger, you lift this off, and then this packet comes back on top for you to then spin around the thumb. But I don't know what to do with this top packet. I think it just needs to rotate and then go back on top. Not quite sure, so we'll continue watching. It has been currently 22 minutes. Headphones, activate. Okay, so this ending part of this cut is the hardest for me so far. I can get all the way to the end relatively smoothly, and then when it comes to rotating that round the thumb and rotating the other packet with the index finger, it's a bit awkward so far, and that's where the cards start to begin to drop. Hey, I'll run you through it. So this is what's happening so far for me. You spin this around, you straddle this comes around the index, you pick this up, and now without dropping that packet, you bring this back up, you start to spin this around, it clips between the pinky there, and as you spin this around here, this packet, so you would normally put your index on top here and start to spin this way, but you actually put it underneath and you only spin it like 180 there, so as this comes down, it's sitting here facing outwards, and then this thumb finishes the rotation, I believe, without coming off there. You pick this up, this comes here, damn it, that is, and now you need to start to spin without dropping that. Wait, does it then push? I'm still confused about the rotations. It's really annoying. So I think one of the things I find hardest about this is the different rotations, which way the cards can rotate, and then the orientation, because Chris isn't describing like you should have the face this way or you should have the back this way. He's just kind of like, oh yeah, you spin it, which isn't actually very helpful when there's a lot of spinning going on in the routine that goes back and forth. You know, like spins one way and spins the other way. So that's just my take on it. It takes a little bit to work through it, but now I think I have it down and I just need to practice it. Let's see real quick. Here, middle, spins that around, you straddle this comes around there, you pick this up. This then goes around here, you clip this spins, this goes down. As this goes down, your thumb then spins that back up to top. That is the whole card, I think. So I am currently an hour and 18 minutes into learning this, and I'm having trouble still with the closing sequence. It's really annoying. So the closing sequence is the most annoying for me so far. You can't, or apparently that is as well. Now you bring this around. Now this packet here needs to spin around the thumb, while this packet is here. Goes under, but it keeps splitting a bunch and getting caught on this packet. So then when I go to close, it doesn't all close very well. So I just got to keep working slowly on getting that last closing bit as smooth as possible without splitting as much of this packet as possible, because if it gets too spread out, it gets caught on this packet and I can't actually do anything. Now the thing about learning cardistry is I probably shouldn't be learning this within one day. Ideally I would take a few days or a week to get the motions really down. That wasn't that bad though, to get the motions really down, because it takes just muscle memory to eventually get it nice and smooth. At the moment I'm just taking it nice and slow to hopefully try and get that muscle memory as fast as possible. If you speed up too much too quickly, then you just develop bad habits, I find. So, and we don't want to drop cards. So I'm just trying to get it basically as smooth as possible today, and then like with that triple one-handed cut, I will update you guys as this occurs a bit more. You'll probably just actually see it in B-roll and it'll look a ton smoother than it does in this video. But you know, I'm hoping to get somewhere with it before the night is over. Pew. So it has been over 3 hours of learning this cardistry move, and I think I'm calling it for the night. Calling it for the video. It's getting reasonably consistent. It's still not the smoothest thing in the world, but I've also found a slight variation on the move. Let me show you. So the move itself is currently looking like this. You've got the first phase, the second phase, the third phase, and then that fourth and closer. Boom. That's roughly what it's looking like right now, but I found a slight variation, and I haven't actually looked at the camera footage of this, so I have no idea if this looks better or worse. But this variation is you do the exact same thing. It's basically the exact same move with a few more spins in it. So here, bring this around. Here, bring this around. Now, you're going to spin this top packet more so that it faces this way when you now spin that bottom packet around. And then you do a one final 360 when it goes on top. So I think you just get more spins out of it, and I assume that makes it look cooler, but I don't actually know. It might just make it look more clunky. It's a little bit more difficult to do because there is now, when you spin this around, this packet is like in the way to grab this packet down here, but then you spin that all the way around. Okay, so the problem is when I learn cardistry, I kind of go off track a little bit and start spinning things around randomly, which is a good thing, I think, because then you can come across different variations and different styles of the move. But I usually start doing that when I haven't learnt the original move properly first. So that is a problem I have when I'm learning cardistry. And the other thing is about like this variation is now I keep switching between them on accident. Like I'm trying to do the original, but I suddenly start spinning it as in the variation. So obviously I need to get the original down first properly, but let me know in the comments what actually looks better, whether it is the original or my slight variation. I actually think you can add another slight variation to the ending of this as well. If you go all the way to the end, you spin this around and then you dump it over the thumb. And that was me learning Honeycomb by Chris Ramsay, the cardistry flourish. That is what it looks like with about 3 hours of practice spanned over, it's now 10 o'clock at night, probably like 6 or 7 hours during the day. Kind of just like took it very slow, kind of procrastinated a little bit. And yeah, that's what the practice is. That's what it's looking like. I will update you in future videos what it hopefully looks like when it gets smoother. You'll see it in some B-roll and some montages and stuff. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 76. Bum 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 bum. Goodbye.